Eh bien, bonjour les amis, comment allez-vous? J'espère que vous allez bien. Allez, nous allons faire une nouvelle aventure sur Genshin Impact Navia. Donc, c'est la 4.3. On y va, c'est parti. N'hésitez pas à mettre un petit pouce bleu, bien sûr, et à partager. À bientôt.
That voice! It's Navia!
I didn't expect to run into you guys here today. Are you headed somewhere?
How about you, Navia? Are you still busy rebuilding Poisson?
We've wrapped up most of the rebuilding, but there are still a few things left to take care of. Stocking up on materials, confirming construction timelines, discussing compensation terms with families affected by the disaster. Between all of that, I've been making a lot of trips between the court and Poisson. Well, though the victims have received relief payments from the court, in my opinion, as the administrators of Poisson, Spina di Rosula should take some responsibility as well. Our financial situation right now isn't the best, so all we've been doing is signing agreements for the damages to be repaid at a later date. Though just pieces of paper now, they demonstrate our commitment. They're necessary to restore the people's faith in us.
Whoa! Spoken like a true president. You're a really responsible leader. That must be taking up most of your time, though, right?
Oh, you bet. Between that and all the other errands I have to run at the court, I'm always forgetting one thing or another. So before I came over this time, I took a page from Melusa's book and decided to make a list of everything. This way, it's easy to see which tasks you haven't checked off. And then, since Melus loved using shorthand, I decided to also follow his example and come up with some shorthand of my own. But after running a few errands in the city, I'm kind of struggling to even read my own handwriting anymore.
That does sound like you, all right. So what kind of shorthand did you use?
Oh, wanna take a look?
Let Paimon see! Wait! There's nothing here but a bunch of weird symbols. This looks like a piece of kelp wrapped around a stick. And this other one, is it supposed to be a boar in a box?
The first one has to do with confirming the final payment amount for the fishermen, while the second one is a reminder to try the new burger that just hit the market.
Okay, Paimon can definitely see how you might forget what each of these mean.
Thank you for your advice. These are the kinds of things you only really figure out once you've tried them out yourself. I thought that as long as I understood my shorthand when I came up with it, I'd be sure to remember the symbols when I looked at them later. Unfortunately, I've definitely proven myself wrong.
Well, now you know for next time.
Anyway, I should have already taken care of most of the things on the list. Their worst comes to worst.
Ah, so you're going to head...
Yep, that's... You said you don't have...
it's a bit sudden.
Then let's go. We'll take a boat over.
Oh, you...
Oh, sorry. I meant... Alright, follow me. I'll take you there. The engineer is still doing a few routine safety checks. We can head out as soon as we get the green light.
So, Paimon has always wanted to ask. The 3 Aquabus lines are all named after people in your family, right?
Yeah, that's right. Callus and Navia are self-explanatory, while Clementine was the name that my mother went by.
If you provided the Mora to build the lines, then why isn't there even a dedicated line to Poisson? Spina di Rosula built all the lines, yet you still have to take a special boat just to go home. Paimon doesn't get it.
Well, what I heard is that most of our businesses don't actually use Poisson as a hub. So there was no real... You are right that it is a bit strange, though. If you've already committed to build 3 lines, why not just add a 4th?
Yeah, that's is so convenient. It's really a huge shame.
Well, it is what it is. You know what my father was like. Even I often struggled to figure out what was going on in his head. But that would only be the case if he cared about what others thought. My father was always really stubborn. Once he made up his mind, good luck getting him to change it. From what I've heard, the rights of all the other members of the Spina only went as far as giving him advice or suggestions, and no farther. That included my mother, too.
Huh. Well, that explains why you weren't on the greatest of terms with him.
Yeah, because I wouldn't just let him keep getting his way. He was just... not very agreeable.
Boss, the boat's ready. We can head out.
All right, then let's head out. It'll be a while before we get to Poisson. Let's keep talking.
Navia, what was your mother like as a person? Oh, I'm sorry. She totally forgot that you mentioned before that she passed away during childbirth, so you probably don't remember her at all.
That's all right. I've heard many stories about her from the rest of the Spina. They've always said that they were sure we would have gotten along famously. While my papa was stiff like a board, my mother was supposedly super cheerful and funny. Their complementary personalities allowed them to make up for each other's flaws. My father would run the businesses and expand our reach, while my mother would keep the peace and make sure that everyone was happy. Their work made sure that the Spina could grow and thrive.
Sounds like they were not just a well-matched couple, but fantastic business partners as well.
Yeah, but those are just stories and anecdotes after all. It's hard for me to piece together a more complete or intimate picture of her. But sometimes, I'd still look at the Clementine line and wonder, would the Spina and Poisson still be what they are today had my mother survived? Silver once said that a name is a kind of inscription, a way to etch a memory into the world. When given a name, a cold, inanimate object can gain a completely new meaning. So, I will always associate the line with her in my heart. Over the past few weeks, I've also begun to appreciate how water can take in and hold our most intense feelings and memories, as well as how one may reflect on their past by... I've lost many beloved people and memories to the sea. Even though I cannot stop for them and must continue to keep, the fact won't change that they existed in my life and gave me the reason and motivation to move forward. Always. But no matter what, we can't change the past. But I tell myself that I need to keep looking towards the future. Everyone, even my parents, besides, I'm the president of Spina di Rosula. I've got to keep my chin up. We've reached the shore. Let's go. I'll show you the new Poisson.
Navia, do you think she's doing all right? Okay, Paimon supposes you're right. She's really been...
Boss, you're back! Traveler and Paimon.
Oh, hey! Fancy seeing you again, Florent. Is it your turn to take care of Navia now?
Hey, I can totally take care of myself. For the time being, we did hand over some of Malus's old responsibilities to Florent, though. It's been really nice to have him around to help out.
Thank you for the compliment, boss. As you see, I've been working closely with the boss on rebuilding Poisson. Mr. Malus was an extremely capable and respected member of the Spina. I've got some really big shoes to fill.
All right. There's no need to be so formal. Everyone's practically old friends by now. Were you waiting here for me? Did we manage to make any progress on the statue?
Yeah, we contacted a sculptor about the job, but they can't get started on sourcing a correctly sized block without knowing the design that we want to use first.
You're commissioning a statue?
So basically, we've been meaning to commission a statue of my parents in commemoration of everything they've done for the Spina and the town of Poisson. But since my father was known as callously unfaithful for the longest time, it would have been too controversial. But now that his name has been cleared, and the town is also being rebuilt...
The funds to build the statue were freely donated by the...
Me? I'm just the newbie president that's running around and causing everyone trouble. Maybe we can have this conversation again in a few decades, once I've done more for the town and the people.
Hey, there's no need to be so humble. Didn't you just help save the entire country?
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe that Boss should have a place on the statue.
Hey, if you keep inflating my ego like this, I might just float off into the sky with my parasol. Just kidding. There's no way that I'd accept that kind... Thanks for the vote of confidence. I just don't think I'm ready yet. Anyway, Florent, now it's up to us...
We can ask the sculptor to start looking, but we haven't had any real discussions yet on the possible designs. I feel like I should get a...
There's no need for all that. Let's decide on a design right now. Hey, you! Come over here with me. Modeling a... Didn't you say on the boat that Callus and Clementine sounded like great partners? Well, Florent, let's grab some reference shots.
You've got it, boss.
Well, what do you think? Got any ideas? Well, I've actually discussed it a bit with Florent before, but I could never come up with any fresh or original ideas. It's probably because my idea of them is already kind of set in stone. So, I want to pick your brain for a bit and see if you can come up with some new and interesting ideas.
I'm all good here, boss. Feel free to start posing whenever.
Imposing, huh? Oh, I've got it. Let's try this.
This pose! It makes me recall Spina...
But isn't Clementine's pose a bit too bold and heroic? If we were to stick with this pose, maybe people would wonder if she was actually the real boss behind the scenes.
Well, tabloids did indeed speculate as much back in the day, but the Spina...
Oh, Paimon was just kidding! Please don't make Paimon
What Florent meant was that we asked the journalist to choose a new alias. You're right, though, that this may not accurately represent the image of her in our hearts. Let's try to come up with something else. By that, do you mean as if we were standing on a boat and looking out at the sea? Sure, let's give that a try.
Whoa, you really remind Paimon of a captain and their first mate.
Look over there, my dear Clementine. As you can see, every tree on that island...
But there's something off with the composition. This pose...
Oh, I see what you mean. Then let's swap.
Well, Paimon is a fan. A statue like this would look fantastic on a boat.
Wait, but we can't do that. Very few people would see the statue if we were to put it on a boat. This statue is meant to be placed in the town.
But then, since we're putting it in the town, the whole point of the pose would be lost.
Oh, okay. We'll try to think of something else.
happy pose.
Would we even be able to tap?
Yeah, and that'd probably...
Could one? That actually sounds pretty hard to pull off. Forget it. Let's try something else. We tried a bunch of different ideas, but none of them felt right. Paimon's all out of brain juice now, too.
Oh, don't worry. We still got a lot of reference shots out of the session, and each of them can be considered to be a souvenir in their own right. Let's just keep the ideas we tried as backups. Man, if I knew I was going to do a photo shoot with the Traveler, I would have prepared a lot of outfits and props ahead of time. Oh, outfits! That's the errand I forgot back in the city. Do either of you still remember that girl? The girl I went to see with you two. Her name is Adele.
Oh, Paimon remembers her. She was the one that we met while investigating Mr. Callus's case, right?
Yes, that's exactly who I'm talking about. So, I said that it's fine, but young children are not allowed to join the Spina. She will just have to wait a few years, and then we'll welcome her with open arms. But how could I get her to believe that I meant what I said? In the end, I came up with an idea. But I got so busy and distracted in the city that I forgot to pick the uniform up.
Don't worry, boss. I can send someone to pick it up right away.
On the matter of the statue, we should still come up with a few more ideas for the design. I'll have...
We could have just done that from the start. Yeah, you're right. They'll have some value as souvenirs at least.
Navia! Florent!
Huh?
Oh, well, if it isn't Coulter. Back already from the...
That's after I got out, I immediately made a beeline back. You wouldn't believe how much I've missed Melissa's grilled fish.
It's good to have you back, Colt.
And this guy is...
Let me introduce you. This is... But, looking at it now, it was probably...
Wait, Mr. Marcel.
Have you not heard anything?
Well, I know that Fontaine got flooded.
Oh, looks like we'll... First things first, let me introduce...
Oh, nice to meet you. I don't
Yeah, we are indeed pretty amazing. But we've been cool since before we even met her.
Humble again as always, I see. Even when I was totally sincere with my praise.
Nice, nice. Spina di Rosula always seems to attract great people. Oh, that reminds me. Where are Malus and Silver? Aren't they always by your side?
About that.
Coulter, a lot of things happened while you were gone. As you can see, even Poisson isn't quite the same as how it was before you left.
They lost their lives, keeping me safe during the flood.
What did you say? This isn't some kind of morbid
I'm sorry, but...
Malus.
Malus and Coulter were friends for many...
I...
If the Arataki gang stirs up any trouble, I'll drag every last one of them back to apologize.
all of this. It's...
I think you and
I thought Mr. Marcel would always stand by the Spina. It's
The good news is that the we
Are you sure?
Romu?
Florent should remember him. Yes, Romeo was the leader, but Mr. Callus, but not only would the Aquabus be a good business, but the two...
And with Papa's stubbornness, I can definitely imagine how it...
And of course, when he was suffering the...
Yeah, you could say...
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh yeah, it eventually became a thing that used to be a lot better with taking counsel. With him listening, but on the matter of the aquabus, even Miss...
Huh. I never knew.
I think the aquabus was just the straw that broke... They believed that...
So, they thought she had betrayed them? But... that doesn't make any sense. Before she was their mediator, my mother was also her own person, and a member of the Spina. She should have the...
Yeah, but to them, even taking a side was betrayal enough. They felt like their voice... Of course, Ms. Clementine then passed away, and Mr. Callis began to regard the completion of the aquabus.
So that's what happened.
From that point on, Romeu and his people cut ties with the Spina. And never gave... Perhaps they've regarded us as...
I've also heard that
Huh. I think Coulter's got a point. Both Marcel and Romeu had my father in their sights. Even though Marcel's faction has been dissolved, we still don't know anything about Romeu's whereabouts. If they're still trying to get revenge on us, with how distracted and vulnerable we are, now would be the best time.
Good thinking, boss. We should keep an eye on them at all times. I'll let my men know right away.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that, Florent. And Coulter, thank you for telling...
don't worry, it's nothing. Do you have a moment? I've heard so many incredulous...
Ah, in that case, why don't we go back to the court? I can pick up Adele's... Want to come with me again, you two? You don't mind, do you, Coulter?
Of course. That's fine by me.
Then let's go! Paimon feels like...
We...
This is the pace. No one wants to get struck by lightning.
Are we not taking the boat this time?
It's nice to walk from time to time, isn't it? Think of it as something like a hiking trip. Once we're there, we can stay a few days before we return.
Sounds good. I haven't walked this road in a long time.
Quick, let's find shelter, or mushrooms would start growing on our heads.
Well, we've walked far enough for now. Let's take a break. Since we're out for a walk, we shouldn't stress too much about the destination.
I've grown old, so I'm not as fit.
Well, Paimon thinks you're doing great. We didn't have to slow down for you at all.
Back in the days before the aquabus lines were built, we often had to hike north with our goods, then catch a boat to the court. Malus and I must have traveled this way hundreds of times. When we were tired, we would lay down for a while on the grass, and when we were hungry, we'd catch a fish or two. The Spina was still on the rise back then. Mr. Callus was generous, and everyone had the chance to strike it rich. So, of course, we all worked really hard. And now, in the blink of an eye, the aquabus lines have been built, and this road has fallen into disuse. Oh, I know. I was just being a little nostalgic.
Then let's stay here a bit longer.
Oh, is this another chance to try some of Navia's macarons? Paimon's been dreaming.
Yep, I figured you wouldn't say no to a few more. Oh, wait. Let me check if I have all the ingredients. Okay, the stove's looking good. And as for the ingredients, seems like we're all out of flour and sugar. The two Oh, would you?
We should contribute to making the macaron too. Don't worry, we cook out in the wild all the time, so she
Oh, that's great. Then I'll leave the ingredient gathering to you.
Then I'll go look for some boxes nearby for a makeshift table and chairs.
Great. Then I'll prep the stove. Let's get to... did it go? You've all done your part. Just...
Whoa, these macarons look and taste magnificent! You're good.
Boss's baking skills have always been famous. Everyone...
Oh, it's just a hobby.
Have you two seriously never considered joining us? You're... Oh, yeah, I see.
You just happened to walk in on our little reunion. It's actually been quite a while since adventurers never stay in one place for long. The name of Spina di Rosula would just tie them down. Besides, after everything we've...
Even if Paimon was far beyond the horizon, she'd still remember the delicious taste of Navia's macaron.
I understand now. Then I am very lucky indeed to have been graced with the chance to meet the two of you. I will endeavor to make the most of this short yet...
We've got no wine with us, but let's...
Cheers! Hey, what are you doing?
May your travels go smoothly. May the Spina continue to grow. And... All set? Let's move out then. I asked some old acquaintances in town to make Adele's uniform, so we should be able to pick it up right away. Hey there, Ludovine. How's business lately?
The demoiselle of Spina di Rosula.
Nonsense. We all know what a talented businesswoman you are. Oh, and...
My mistake, my mistake. Are you here for the uniform?
Yep.
Navia's always liked to take even...
Hey, that's not the only reason I'm here. We mostly just needed a walk to... There are few things more...
Very well. Please, wait here while I retrieve the uniform for you.
Can someone remind Paimon again why Adele wants to...
She hasn't given me... After we cleared her father's name, she became a lot... She said she used to be terrified of Papa. So, but the Spina is very different. Yeah, you could say that. She said that she wanted to become some...
From the sound of it, she'll be a wonderful...
I think so too. But for now, let's focus on giving her a great atmosphere to grow and thrive. She can commit to us once she's older, and can really make that decision for herself.
Is something up, Traveler? Huh? Tailing? Oh, Paimon's coming.
I'll go check it out too. Coulter, please hold on to this for me.
All right.
Paimon saw them too. They headed up.
Stop right there!
We knew you were going to be difficult!
Seems like if we want them to...
Brothers, there's no...
Out of my way! Feeling lucky? This one's Now, talk. Who are you? And why were you tailing us?
Don't think we'll let you off easy if you keep silent.
How did it go, boss? Are any of you...
If you thought they stood any chance again... Anyway, stop playing tough and start talking.
We were looking to get vengeance on Spina Diros. We were discovered and can't beat you in a fight. We didn't
Get revenge? Wait, you're not Romeu's followers, are...
You actually know that name? But if you do, then surely you should understand why we hate you so much.
Indeed. You haven't got the faintest hope of winning right now.
We were out drinking when we saw Navia. We got so angry we decided to follow you guys and look for an opportunity to... Too bad you guys messed up ours first. Huh? You're pretty sharp. But so what? We didn't do anything. And now it should be pretty... Seeing you like that just really ticked us off. And we let the drink go to our heads.
Listen, Callus is long dead. No matter what happened in the past, I want to be able to start things anew. I am the current president of Spina di Rosula. If your boss wants to talk with me, I'd be happy to meet with him. I won't press charges for your attack. That should also help demonstrate my sincerity.
I understand. Thank you. I'll let our boss know.
But if you so much as think about pulling something like this again...
All right. We get it.
Are you sure it's okay to just let them go like that, Navia?
I don't want to inherit my father's grudges, too. If the other side is willing to talk, I'm happy to open the door for a reconciliation.
I support boss's decision as well. The concept of a...
Yes. Plus, I still think we should keep an eye out, then we could still have a fight.
Yeah, those guys definitely didn't look like big fans of yours.
I'd rather things...
Yep, that's how I feel as well. It's getting late already. So I'll also ask someone to write...
Do we have to stay in the Fleuve Sonda again? Even the pillows there smell like seaweed.
We can still go out in the evening.
Huh. That does sound... Coming back here really does feel like this place is starting to grow up. If you think about it, it would be kind of weird if this...
Although, of course, he was a very ambitious man who rarely looked behind.
And that's also why people hated him
All right. Why don't you go wait for me? You can use the same room as last.
Yep. Kind of.
Oh, did I just hear someone taking a dig at Fleuve Sandra? I'll tell my guys to stuff your pillow.
Oh, Paimon's sorry! Please have mercy, Navia. If you do that, then Paimon really won't be able to...
I was just kidding. Be on your way now. no, no. Wanna go fishing? I've got some rods and lures ready.
Oh, so that's the prep you were talking about. Sure, we'll come.
Hopefully I didn't wake you or anything. Don't worry. You don't have to do any actual fishing if you're too tired. Just think of it as keeping... Okay, let's go.
Insolent shall be punished.
No rest for the wicked.
By royal decree.
Send this quickly! I will end you.
I summon you. Out of my snow, flame lasts Shadow Raven, let night fall.
No rest for the wicked.
You need to hurry up.
Step right up.
Mirror images to visit me.
You need to hurry up.
By royal decree.
Roast and fry. Let's not waste time.
Quick! Drop! Kurt.
Sever night from day. I summon thee.
It's all yours.
I see everything.
Let's move. No rest for the wicked.
This is Her Majesty's gift.
Take care of the game.
I guess this is it.
Out of my sight. Mirror images display water.
By royal decree, I summon.
Grow. Temple of Wisdom.
Midnight Phantasmagoria. No rest for the wicked.
Gotcha. This body belongs to ice and snow.
Guess this'll go into my magic pocket.
What you got?
On, reveal thyself!
My show mustn't fail. Quick, drop curtains.
No rest for the wicked.
Sorry for the trouble.
Wings of darkness! Come, sever night from day!
No rest for the wicked.
Grow!
more free coffee.
What's the problem? Lots of people in Poisson use rods.
But shouldn't fishing be all about, you know, attentively watching the float and then excitedly reeling in the catch when you finally hook?
Well, that's one way to enjoy fishing. What do you think, Traveler? Then let's try regular rods next time. We can have a real fishing competition.
Honestly, Paimon's mainly shocked at how much energy you still have at this hour. Usually by this time of night, it's a struggle for Paimon to even keep her eyes open.
Huh. It might just be something that runs in my...
That's a thing?
I'm sure you'd get even sleepier if I delved more deeply into it. My father always had a lot of unrealistic expectations for me. But the more that my mother never had those kinds of expectations, though. I've heard that she had all the members of the Spina greatly respected her wish. So no matter what... Can you imagine? Whenever my father wanted to scold me for something I'd done, everyone, no matter what Papa yelled, nobody else would say a word.
Paimon would have never guessed.
Yeah. Looking back on it now as an adult, when I was young, I often thought that I could do whatever I wanted. Because there at once, I saw Malus come back wounded. He wouldn't tell me how he'd been injured, but I could tell it had something to do with me. I learned then that there's always a cost to making a mistake. The more you care about because if you do falter... Sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up. Basically, I was just saying that the nurturing atmosphere of the Spina must... And if that's the only way that I can continue to feel her love...
Is that why you let those guys go today?
Mm-hmm. Although, maybe there's a part of not wanting to Hey! Look! I think you've got something on the...
But why isn't the rock...
Oh, there must be something wrong with how I installed the mechanism. We can't let it get away. Come on, you two. Let's catch...
You want Paimon to help too? You didn't attach a hook to your line?
Stop wasting time! The boss ain't gonna wait all day. We'll go ahead with the operation tomorrow. Do with that information as you wish.
Well, your rod was missing a part too, so...
Well, if we're just talking about the number of missing parts, sure.
All right. Go to bed. Mm-hmm. So how was last...
Paimon dreamt that she danced with the sea stars, so you could say it was.
Huh.
I didn't know you had such a great sense of humor.
See? This guy gets it!
Anyway, let's head out.
Paimon hopes she'll really appreciate...
I hope so too.
Wherever in this world I go, I carry memories of my home. This blade. It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Adele, we're back! We brought you a gift from the court, too.
Whoa! Thank you so...
Don't call her boss, okay, Adele? Just Miss Navia would be fine.
Oh, it's all right. I don't mind.
It's been a while!
Oh, it's you two. It has been a while indeed. Thank you so much for your help on Jacques. I've heard that you also helped save all of Fontaine. You're truly just like the great heroes of legend.
You're really amazing! And if Miss Navia's your friend, then she... What's in this thing? Can I look?
Of course. Go ahead.
Oh, it's a Spina di Rosula uniform!
Well, it's a gift, but it's this... So, I turned you down then by
Oh, so that's it!
But you...
Everyone, I'm really grateful that you... Thanks to the protection of the Spina.
Oh, it's the least...
Boss!
Huh? Is something up, Florent?
I've got something urgent.
What?
It seems like they've been... But Romeu and his folks must have gotten wind as well. Because they abandoned their former posts before we investigated their tracks and found out that they're after Poisson.
They have smartened up since we caught...
Seems like they've got no interest in sitting down and talking at all.
Sorry, I underestimated the situation.
On the hill to the east of Poisson, near the Clementine line.
They want to blow up the Clementine line?
Certainly sounds like it.
Romeo and his followers hate the Spina, and everything to do with Callus. And the Aquabus was the source of their contention. If they manage to blow up the Aquabus line, all that rubble will come crashing down the hill.
Are they insane? There's tons of innocent people in Poisson!
Yeah. If they've been planning this for ages, we have to issue an evacuation order to the townspeople. And
let's get everyone onto our ship. That should be the safest place.
My dear partner, if the explosives do go off, not only would the people of Poisson be in danger, any aquabuses using the line would plummet to the ground. Let's stop their insanity first, then settle the score with them.
Leave it to us now.
Let's go, you two. We've got to act fast. Miss Coralie, please take Adele to the ship.
Watch out, boss! What do you think you're doing, Coulter?
I thought all the annoying little hindrances had left, but I still couldn't get rid.
You mean this was all a trick? So... Oh. I get it now. You knew about their plans all along.
Not quite. Though I share their positions on some issues, I've never... And that's because, out of the entire Spina di Rosso...
You better stick close to me.
Romeo promised me that he would leave Poisson alone if I could just take you out. But it was like you were glued at the hip to that pesky traveler. You never gave me a chance to make... Romeo has lost his patience. I didn't have to be here today, you know. But I swore that I'd kill you, even if it meant being buried with you in the rubble.
Why?
Only someone as clueless about the past as you would ask such a foolish question. You never saw the heyday of Spina di Rosula, nor did you ever live through the golden age of Poisson. But I saw it all with my own eyes. And it was all because of you, Navia. Clementine died because of you. Callus died because of you. Melus and Silver died because of you. And so...
So the shock and grief you showed us before, that was in Act 2?
Now you're catching on. I heard Melus was dead the moment I got out. Did you know? Down there in that blasted fortress, I spent a long time thinking about what happened. And back then, because of that aquabus, we had a huge fallout. I was convinced that all he cared about was loyalty, and that he had completely... The years passed by in a blur after that. I thought I had finally begun to understand him, and that he could help me relive the good old days again. But then he died, and it was because of you again, Navia. It's always because of you. I once loved...
Don't listen to him!
Have you ever considered that maybe the people around you don't actually... Have you ever considered that maybe you only get respect because you're Callus and Clementine's child? That you've never done anything worthy? That you're just... Have you ever considered that maybe people don't stay in Poisson because of you, but only because they have such beautiful memories of the past?
Because if you do falter, there'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. Yeah, looking back on it now, but is that really...
Shut your mouth! I, for one, really like Miss Navia. I don't know how to explain it, but I like her, and that's that!
I'm sure Mr. Melus would be extremely disappointed in you right now. You've somehow managed to pin the blame for every mistake and tragedy in our history on the boss herself.
Get out of the way, Florent. I don't want to hurt you.
You're gonna have to. Boss, there's no time for this. Stop hesitating and get out of here before you get buried.
Maybe you think you're being the realist, but the love that I felt from everyone was just as real. I felt it. They've helped me get to where and even now, I will continue to believe in that love. So let me show you. Hey there! Ow! I'm fine. Laurent, I'll leave the town to you. Summon the other members and help with the evacuation. If you find any of Coulter's accomplices, subdue them quickly. And don't give them the chance to harm any— I can't allow my partner to face the danger on the Clementine line alone.
Got it, boss. I'm on it. Are you okay, Navia?
I don't know.
Let's hurry up there. We have to protect the Clementine line. If they're gonna blow up the waterway, they must have planted the explosives next to the support pillars. Boba, get them! Yeah, you're up! Oz, reveal thyself!
No rest for the wicked.
I summon thee!
No rest for the wicked.
Wings of darkness! Come, sever knights! We certainly brought a lot of muscle. They're really slowing us down. But if we're meeting resistance, we must be heading in the right direction. By royal decree, stay put!
Adorn my knight!
These must be the explosives, right? And this is the control mechanism. How can we disable it? Oh, Paimon's too scared to touch any of this stuff. Huh? There's a strangely shaped hole here. What is it for? Oh, that certainly sounds possible. Maybe. Okay, you take this side. Paimon will take. Oh, you found it! That's amazing! That should do it, right? Navia and Florent should be able to relax now. Oh, you're right. They're gonna bury Poisson!
Great work, partner. Just leave the rest to me.
Watch out, Navia! You can't block them all!
I'm doing this the Spina way!
I heard from Thierry that even they're your enemies now. They were once a part of Spina di Rosula. Do you plan to settle this privately with them?
I have nothing more to say to them. Regardless of whether their hatred and anger towards me or the Spina was justified, anyone who's willing to endanger innocent civilians is no longer sane enough to even be worth trying to talk to. Please prosecute them in accordance to the law. Spina di Rosula will not raise any objections.
Sounds good. We're very appreciative of your help. Without it, the consequences would have been far worse. All right, this operation is a wrap. Take him away.
We won, Navia! We saved everyone! And you were so cool!
Yeah. Luckily, we were just in time. It's probably because I expended too much elemental energy at once. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
But you usually glow up whenever other people compliment you.
Boss, we managed to catch all the infiltrators in the town. The Maison Gardiennage is taking them away as well. Seems like Romeu really went all in on this mission. If he sent literally everyone he had, though, that also means we've caught them all, too. We won't have...
Got it. That's good, at least. Coulter, I can understand how you feel. The things that we lost, they're forever beyond our grasp now. I am not callous, and I will also never become him. The Spina and the Poisson that you loved are both gone. But I will not change how I feel about our future. I still believe that this is a great opportunity to start anew. I will spend more of what the Spina earns on the betterment of Poisson. What's more, I'd also like to propose some changes to the Aquabus routes, so that one day, the people of Poisson will enjoy...
I know what you're trying to say. Mr. Callus would never have said anything like that. There are too many things in life that are just beyond our control. In that, we are the same.
Henceforth, you are no longer a member of Spina di Rosula. But once you're discharged from the fortress again, you...
Thank you, Navia.
As I thought. Boss really is a kind and gentle...
She is also... Thank you for protecting the Clementine line. I was actually really scared, you know. I mean, even the Callus line won't be getting rebuilt anytime. If I'd lost the Clementine line too, I wouldn't know how to live with myself. A name is a way to etch a memory onto the world. Losing the line that bears her name, that I can see every day, would be seeing it still standing there.
What happened while we were gone? Honestly, you look more upset than tired or anything.
Just give her some time.
Thank you so much. Traveler, I want to ask you something. And please, tell me, do you really see me as your partner? Of course.
That's good then. Hearing that, it brings me more relief than I can say.
How do you feel, Navia? Any better after taking a...
I feel quite a bit better. But I should probably still rest. Sorry, partner. I said some weird things earlier. Feel free to just ignore me. I used to think that I'd never doubt myself. But Coulter mentioned my parents, as well as Malus and Silver. Do you think they ever regretted the choices they made?
Don't think like that, Navia. You've already done more than enough. No matter what others think, we'll always support you to the end of the world.
Well, since it's ended up like this, I suppose it's time for me to make a confession as well. There's something that I've been keeping from you as well, boss. Please, follow me. Everything...
Florent, I hope you can understand that I can't deal with any more shocking revelations right now.
Don't worry. This surprise will be a pleasant one.
Time to go.
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of one?
is everyone gathered here? And what's...
This was supposed to be a gift to you from everyone in the town. We were originally planning to show it to you once it was finished, but special times call for special measures. I've never seen you look so defeated before, so I've decided to show you the designs before.
Do I really look that bad?
Well, if you're ready, I'll unveil the present.
This is... Papa, Mother, and me.
We designed the look for Miss Clementine based on old camera records, as well as personal recollections from members of the Spina.
Wow! This is the statue you mentioned before?
It is indeed. To be honest, we decided on the design a long time ago, and gave the sculptor permission to begin working. We only asked Boss to decide on a design so she wouldn't realize we had already started.
How could we only have statues of Mr. Callus and...
Even though Boss is still young, we've all seen the work she's put in regarding the whole synth business and the
We wanted to commemorate her contributions with a statue as well.
I don't know what Spina di Rosula was like in the past, but I know it's a great organization.
With Navia around, we're not worried about this place's future.
We're gathered here today to tell our boss that we support you and...
That's what we believe as well!
Thank you so much, everyone. This really is... I never thought...
Et voilà comment se termine Rosa Multiflora, le lancement de la quête d'histoire de Navia. Voilà, quand même 2 heures, quoi. Hein. Voilà. Bon, ben, j'espère que vous aurez apprécié et je vous dis à très bientôt pour la suite des aventures de Genshin Impact. Et si vous avez besoin d'aide, n'hésitez pas à demander. Bonne soirée. Bye bye.